Yeah. What's going on? I go by J So, and this is a segment I'm gonna start doing called Behind the Bars. Just kind of a way to get you, the listener, inside my head when I wrote a lot of these records, because I write in such a way that, from a surface level, it sounds good, but once you start digging a little deeper, there are like little things and nuances and gems that I always put in all my verses. So we gonna start with the first record off my album, called P.O.M.E. So let's get into the bars of it. It goes, it don't matter any place that I steppin' in. They always wonder where you from, like what set you in. Just off the rip, I'm building what the song is about. What I'm saying there is, it's me being different, the kind of person I am. I've always been different. So whenever I go somewhere, they always ask me where you from. And those of you who don't know where you from is kind of like some gang culture. Like, people ask you where you from because depending on what neighborhood you say, it tells them what state you in.
Where you from, Cash? You don't bang, Cash? Don't lie to me, my nigga. You look real familiar, Cash. Where your people stay at, my nigga?
Some hate that I'm different and dead the messaging. They rather take me to court and let it settle in. That's another bar. I'm relating to me being different to people, and I'm getting judged for it. So instead of people accepting that I'm different, that I'm telling them they think I'm fronting, so they judge me for it and look at me like, oh, he's lying. They rather do that than just grasp the fact that I'm just being me. And then judge settles just a play on words that I feel like if you're not listening for it, you won't even catch what's being said. So I never win. They don't listen, I tell them again. I got them salty, like blood's pressure in them. You salty, blood pressure as in, too much sodium in your diet, salty, high blood pressure. And then, like I said, the gang thing, blood's pressure in them as well. So it's kind of like two ways it can go. They think small, I can never be jealous of them. I dream large, probably why I don't never fit in. I'm saying I dream large, which means I can't fit into the small thinking that they do. And that's real, no denying it is. I'd rather live it up and die than be dying to live. I've been carrying this mentality since I was a kid, cause everything I'm imagining is how I wanna live. I'm challenging my reality, life I can live. Your casualty be a casualty, I write with this pen. That pretty much is straightforward, but I think the complexity of it is elevated with the rhyme scheme that I'm doing. Casualty with this casualty, like carrying that rhyme structure through all those bars, to me just makes it that much better, even though it's not really anything crazy or metaphorical being said. I stand out so most people don't mess with Jay, because everyone around's the same, like you guesstimate. When you round something over, something is, or somebody's asking you a question, they're trying to compare two things and you be like, they're around the same. So it's just play on words, so I'm around the same as an estimate. And to me, it's astounding how they rather wait. Everybody rather be grounded, I'ma levitate. That's just saying the thought process of people is just surface level. They want to stay on the ground, but I'm thinking at an elevated height. So that's pretty much what that part is saying. The hook really doesn't have anything too crazy in it as far as metaphorical. It's pretty straightforward. But let's get into the second verse. Shout out to Columbia, SC, that's my hometown. If it wasn't for the people there, I wouldn't be the person that you know now. Now this one is a straightforward bar, but that whole sentence is the hook for the record coming next, Who I Am.
Shout out Columbia, SC, my hometown. Wasn't for the people there, I wouldn't be this person now.
And that's something I do on the album. Each song on my album, the hook comes from the previous record. There's something in that hook, whether it's a bar, a phrase, a whole line, something in there is from that previous record. And then I was told, yo, bro, you should slow down. Think inside the box like soap down. Easy, down. So, that soap comes in a box. And it's also a flip on the words. People want me to get off my soapbox trying to preach. It's what these people law birds in this whole town. It makes sense because they treat a brother so foul. Like, wow. Foul, bird, easy. Let me break it down just so all you can know. Why was the guy who was targeted, bro? Living in the cities like eating on a path. One day you gonna run into the fork in the road. Fork in the road, I pretty much just wanted to take that term and use synonyms to describe it before I get to it as a simile. It's like eating on a path. Fork in the road. And then it goes, one road you can blend in and settle. other road be different, a rebel. Road 1, get accepted and live integral. Road 2, get clown like twisted metal. And this bar, I'm laying out the paths. I'm talking the fork in the road. I'm laying out which path you could take, and then that's what it leads into. One road is you just blend in and do what you do in this city. The other road is you be different, and that's when it goes into you get clown like twisted metal. Twisted metal is an old PlayStation game. It's almost like Mario Kart, but it's like more mature. We can kill and all that, but Twisted character on there, he's a clown and he's fire. So it's like get clown like twisted metal. And he was mad and crazy, so they look at you as a crazy clown when you think that way. You know, especially coming from a small town. Okay, next bar. See, y'all noticed this as a kid, you dig. I'll admit I wasn't confident then. Scared to be different. I hid all my interests and slimmed down my vision so I could fit in. First, I attack the metaphors of it. Scared to be different, hid all my interests, and slimmed down my vision so I could fit in. If you notice, in the last verse, I was saying I don't think small, I think large. That's why I don't fit in. So this is kind of the dichotomy of the album, right? The first verse was me, now how I think. While the second verse is me in my younger days, and I chose the path of just blend in and do what you can. Like, I didn't really have a choice because I was a kid, so, but I'm just showing you that my path that I took. Like, I tried blending in, but it just didn't sit right with me. And that's what the whole album is about. The whole album is full of that. Like, each verse, each song, one verse is giving you one side and the other verse is giving you another side. Like, so it's kind of the yin and yang of situations. With the positive is the negative, with the good is the bad, but with that, it's always telling you to pull what you can from whatever situation. That's kind of the gist of the album. So when you go back to listen to it, you'll kind of see me playing both sides of everything. That's the breakdown for the lyrics of P.O.M.E. This one kind of is lighter as far as lyricism goes because it was the intro track, so I didn't want to get too crazy. As the songs go on, there's a lot more to pull from. And depending on how this does, you know, I really want to do these because as writers and creatives, for me especially, I take a lot of time writing my lyrics out and wanting to bridge gaps and be witty, but give gems and tell stories, all this kind of stuff at the same time. And I kind of want to just add to it, just for even you, the viewer, can look at other MCs in the same light, because a lot of MCs do major work when it comes to the pen that I feel like doesn't get highlighted. So, P.O.M.E. It's on all streaming platforms. Go ahead and get it now.
More you can know. Why I was the guy who was targeted, bro. Living in the city's like eating on the path.